So, you're thinking about looking for a new job while you still have one? Yeah, it can feel like you're pulling off some kind of secret mission, right? It definitely requires a bit of strategy, a little subtlety, and a really solid game plan. But this isn't about being sneaky. It's about being smart and about being professional as you figure out your next big career move. And look, let's be real here, the whole process can be incredibly tough. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're decades into your career. Hunting for a job when you're already unhappy, well, it's stressful. It's so easy to get demoralized. But you've got to remember this. Your professional value is not defined by a tough job market or a role that just doesn't fit you anymore. You know, a lot of the time, that feeling of needing to get out stems from something very, very real: burnout. And listen to this, the World Health Organization doesn't call it a personal failing. They call it a workplace issue. That is such a crucial distinction. It means what you're feeling is valid, and it frames your job search as a totally necessary, proactive step towards a healthier professional life. So you can kind of think of burnout as a signal. It's like your mind and body are sending up a flare, telling you it's time to step back, reevaluate, and make a change. But what does that signal actually feel like? Let's break it down. The WHO breaks burnout into three main things. First up, you've got pure exhaustion, that feeling of being completely and utterly drained. Then, there's this growing mental distance from your job. Maybe you're starting to feel cynical about it. And third, a sense of reduced effectiveness, where you just feel like you're spinning your wheels and not accomplishing anything. If any of that sounds familiar, that signal is coming in loud and clear. Okay, so you've seen the signal, you've recognized it, and you've decided to do something about it. Your first mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get ready for a private search. And this all starts with creating your digital disguise. And that right there is the core strategy. Your entire objective is to pop up on the radar of the right people. We're talking recruiters and hiring managers, while staying completely invisible at your current company. Okay, let's run through this LinkedIn checklist. Think of it as your digital invisibility cloak. First, you're going to want to turn off sharing profile edits. This is absolutely vital. You don't want to send up a flare to your entire network every time you tweak a bullet point. Second, hide your active status so you can browse discreetly. Third, make your connections private. A sudden flood of new connections with recruiters is a dead giveaway. Fourth, use that open to work feature that's only visible to recruiters. And finally, disable profile sharing when you actually apply for a job. The really crucial thing to remember here is that subtlety is everything. Seriously, don't suddenly connect with 50 recruiters in one night or start posting articles about your industry every single day. Any big, abrupt change in how you act online is a massive red flag. Slow and steady wins this race. You've got your digital disguise sorted, and hey, the interview requests are starting to roll in. Now it's time for the next phase of the operation, the interview mission. When it comes to getting time off, you've basically got two options, and your choice says a whole lot about you. Faking a sick day. I know it's tempting, but it's dishonest, and it just creates this anxiety you don't need. The professional, ethical choice is to use your annual leave. When you book the time off properly, you can focus 100% on nailing the interview, not on trying to keep a story straight. So, once you're actually in that interview, you know the question is coming. So, why are you looking to leave your current role? This is a critical moment, and the first rule is so simple: be diplomatic. This quote just hits the nail on the head. If you start complaining about your boss or trashing your company, the interviewer isn't really hearing about your bad experience. What they're hearing is a giant warning sign that you might be difficult, and they're immediately going to wonder, is this person going to be saying the same stuff about us in a year? So, instead of getting bogged down in the negatives of the job you're leaving, you've got to flip the script. Focus on the positives of the one you're going for. Talk about the exciting career path it offers, the chance to develop new skills, or the broader scope of work. You want to frame this whole move as you running towards an amazing opportunity, not running away from a bad situation. You know, this whole process can feel like a real juggling act, right? You're managing a secret job search while still trying to perform in your day job. So how on earth you maintain your cover and your sanity? Look, this one is a big deal. It's a non-negotiable point of professional ethics. Right up until your very last day, you have a responsibility to your current employer. Just phoning it in not only burns bridges you might need later, but it also says a lot about your own integrity. You got to keep delivering the quality of work they expect from you. Now, to manage all that extra stress, little hacks can make a huge difference. And here's a brilliant tip. Go into your calendar settings right now and set all your meetings to end 5 minutes early. This automatically builds tiny little breaks into your day, giving you these precious moments to just breathe and recharge between back-to-back calls. And when the stress really starts to pile up, the UK's National Health Service has some super clear advice on what to avoid. Don't try to tackle everything at once. You have to prioritize. Don't waste your energy on things you just can't control. And please, remember you are not alone in this. And of course, avoid using unhealthy crutches to try and cope. You did it. You navigated the search, you aced the interview, and you have accepted a new offer. Now it's time for the final critical step, resigning with grace and professionalism. According to ACAS, the process is actually pretty straightforward. First, put it in writing. An email or a letter creates that formal record. Be direct. Clearly state that you are resigning. Specify your exact notice period and what your intended last day will be. And remember this crucial fact. Your employer cannot reject your resignation. It is a notification, not a request. So you see, a private job search isn't about being deceptive at all. It's a strategic, professional process for managing your career on your own terms. It's about protecting your current job while you build your future. So the only real question left is, what's your next move?